The true mystery of Hoya-Baciu Forest deep in the heart of Transylvania, just outside the city of Cluj-Napoca, lies one of the most scientifically unexplained places on Earth, Hoya-Baciu Forest. Nicknamed the Bermuda Triangle of Romania, the forest has baffled researchers, scientists, and military officials for decades. Reports span over 60 years and include sudden physical burns and skin rashes, electronic equipment failure without explanation, apparitions, shadow figures, and UFO sightings, and most famously, a circular clearing where nothing grows, a zone that continues to defy modern science. This story is entirely based on real events and real investigations. The photograph that sparked global attention. In 1968, a Romanian biologist and military-trained researcher named Alexandru Sift was conducting a photo study of electromagnetic anomalies inside Hoya-Baciu Forest. One of his photos showed something shocking, a disc-shaped flying object hovering silently above the treetops. The photo was analyzed in multiple labs. No signs of tampering or manipulation were found. That image triggered a wave of global scientific interest, including attention from the former USSR and Western European agencies. But the mysteries had already started long before. The man who vanished in the early 1960s, the forest got its name from a local shepherd, Hoya-Baciu, who entered the woods with 200 sheep and was never seen again. No remains, no trace, not even of the animals. Search teams were deployed. Dogs refused to enter certain parts of the forest. The case remains unsolved to this day. The dead zone, the clearing where nothing grows at the center of the forest, is a perfectly round clearing approximately 300 feet in diameter where no trees, bushes, or grass will grow. Despite multiple replanting efforts, environmental scientists have tested the soil dozens of times. Results show no toxins or chemical imbalances, ideal pH levels, stable microbial composition, and yet no vegetation will take root. It's as if the land is sterilized. Even stranger, waves of radioactive pulses have been recorded inside this clearing. The pulses occur at irregular intervals and have no known source. Modern scientific research. In 2009, a team of international physicists and geophysicists led by Professor Adrian Patrick set up long-term observation stations inside the forest. Their findings included unstable electromagnetic fields, fluctuating gravitational readings, thermal spikes not explained by weather. Some of the team members reported sudden nausea, headaches, and anxiety inside specific parts of the forest. One technician had a 15-minute memory blackout, a common theme in many visitor reports. Eyewitness accounts. Thousands of visitors over the years have reported hearing whispers with no source, being touched or pushed while alone, seeing orbs of light floating midair. One of the most chilling accounts came from a 5-year-old girl who disappeared for 5 minutes while walking with her parents on a marked trail. When she reappeared, she was calm and harmed but holding an old rusted key no one had ever seen before. She said simply, "The man in the trees gave it to me," and solved, still active. Today, Hoya-Baciu Forest remains open to the public. Despite over 50 scientific expeditions conducted between 1960 and 2023, no definitive answers have been found, no hoaxes, no proven toxins. Just a growing archive of real-world phenomena that science still cannot explain. The house that made police run Diamond's case in Gary, Indiana, in 2011. A modest rental home at 3860 Carolina Street became the center of one of the most documented paranormal cases in American history, known as the Ammons haunting. This case was taken so seriously that it involved local police, DC's Department of Child Services, medical staff, a hospital chaplain, and even a priest authorized by the Catholic Church to perform multiple exorcisms. This is not folklore. This is fully documented with over 800 pages of official government reports. The beginning. Latoya Ammons, a mother of 3, moved into the home with her children and mother, Rosa Campbell, in late 2011. Within days, the family reported swarming black flies on the porch in the dead of winter, thudding footsteps in the basement when no one was there, shadowy figures moving at night. But what happened next turned the case into a national mystery. The possession events one night. LaToya's 12-year-old daughter was found levitating above her bed, unconscious, while relatives and a priest watched in terror. In another incident, her 9-year-old son was reported to have spoken in a deep and natural voice, growling at family members and showing strength far beyond his size. The children would enter trance-like states, speak backwards, and scream at unseen figures. Rosa Campbell later told investigators, "I would wake up in the night and feel breathing close to my face, but no one was there." Police and medical response after reports of child endangerment. DCS officials and police visited the home. Inside, multiple officers reported batteries draining instantly from their flashlights, cold spots in rooms without ventilation, a strange, oily black substance dripping from blinds and walls tested by crime lab with no known source. But the most terrifying event occurred in the hospital, not the house. A DCS caseworker and a nurse witnessed one of the children, age 7, walk backwards up a wall, flipping over his grandmother without using his hands. The nurse, in a sworn affidavit, said, "I've worked with children my entire career. I have never seen anything like this. Not a seizure. Not mental illness. It was something else." The exorcism. The Catholic Church assigned Father Michael Magina to conduct a full investigation, after interviews, observations, and collecting evidence. The diocese approved a series of exorcisms. Father Magina stated that during the rituals, lights would flicker or burst, the mother would convulse when sacred words were spoken, growling noises emerged from nowhere. He was physically pushed during a final blessing. He later told the Indianapolis Star, "This wasn't possession of one person, it was the house, the ground itself." The basement discovery. While inspecting the home, police discovered an area in the basement where concrete had been removed, revealing a dirt patch. Beneath it, they found a pair of women's underwear, a children's tooth, a pair of white socks, a piece of metal with an occult symbol etched into it. They resealed the area. The next night, the same black substance appeared again on the blinds. Police officer Charles Austin, a 35-year veteran, said after retiring, "I was a believer after that. There's no explanation. None. Aftermath. The Amon's family fled the house. The new owner allowed paranormal researchers to enter, but the activity stopped after the basement was fully cleansed and concreted. Still, some visitors report headaches, nausea, or sudden anxiety upon entering. In 2014, filmmaker Zach Bagans bought the house, lived in it, documented more activity, then demolished it entirely in 2016. He said, "I wouldn't wish what happened in that house on anyone." The island that watches, Poveglia Asylum, files a forgotten island in the mist off the coast of Venice, Italy, between the canals and the Adriatic Sea. Lies a small island so feared by locals that fishermen refuse to sail near it. It's called Poveglia Island. For centuries, it was shrouded in mystery, but official documents confirm it was used for a plague quarantine in the 1700s, a psychiatric hospital in the 1920s, a sudden, unexplained closure in 1968 by government order. Today, the island is officially restricted to no tours, no visitors, and no entry without written approval from the Italian Ministry of Culture. What happened there is real, documented, and terrifying. The Plague Pit. Historical records show that during the Black Death and later plague outbreaks, over 160,000 infected people were quarantined on Poveglia and burned alive or buried in mass graves. Italian researchers have confirmed that up to 50% of the island's soil is human ash and remains. Farmers who once tried to plant vineyards in the 1800s reported bones surfacing through the soil. Overnight, farming was abandoned. The island was left untouched for decades. Locals say that even today, you can hear coughing and screaming at night if you drift too close. The asylum. Years 1920 to 1968. Official hospital documents reveal that in 1922, a psychiatric institution was established on the island. It was built to house patients deemed unfit for society, but surviving reports from staff, many of whom remained anonymous, tell a chilling story. Patients refused to sleep at night. They reported seeing shadowy figures with no faces. Some said the walls moved when they turned their backs. A 1936 letter from a nurse stated, This place is not for healing. It absorbs people. It watches. The doctor who fell. According to police files and archived news clippings, a lead surgeon at the asylum, never officially named, was rumored to perform unauthorized lobotomies in the bell tower. One day in the late 1930s, the doctor fell from the tower. Witnesses gave conflicting reports. Some said he jumped. Others claimed he was pushed by something invisible. A maintenance worker reported hearing screaming from the bell tower for days afterward, even though the bell had been removed the morning after the fall. Government seals the island in 1968. Without public explanation. Italy closed the facility and permanently sealed the island. The official reason cited was structural instability. However, internal memos leaked in the 1990s told a different story. Technicians sent to inspect the buildings refused to return a second time. Audio recorders placed inside the main ward captured what sounded like dozens of voices. Although the building was empty, all visits were canceled. To this day, entry is illegal without a special research permit. What modern visitors captured? A handful of documentary crews and paranormal researchers who managed to access Poveglia with permits have documented sudden disorientation, memory gaps, and nausea upon landing. Electronic equipment failing instantly, whispering in multiple languages on playback audio none audible in real time. One team from the UK recorded a voice on a parabolic mic saying, "Do not dig. They sleep below." Still unexplained despite official denial, the Ministry of Cultural Heritage and Activities continues to fund surveillance of the island. Why watch an abandoned, collapsed facility? Locals still report strange lights over the island. Fishermen speak of boats seen docking at night, with no one aboard. And the bell tower, sometimes, even now. It rings once at midnight, though no bell remains inside.